Hello and welcome to the Minto Sports Complex. My name is Declan Barb. Joining me, as always, Brianna Newell. Brianna, very special game we have today, the Melissa Kingsley Memorial Scholarship Game, the annual game that they have here in honor of the late, great Melissa Kingsley. Melissa touched so many people here at the University of Ottawa organization within the hockey team, and without recruited in 2016, she unfortunately passed away in 2018. 2 years later, in early 2020, a scholarship was founded in her name to carry on her legacy, and today, as much a part of celebrating Melissa as it is remembering Melissa.
Yep, absolutely. And, Melissa was a special individual, and unfortunately, I didn't get to know her as well as others. But I know that she did have such an impact on this program and such an impact moving forward. And her legacy has truly helped so many individuals. And, that's really about what this game is today, is honoring that legacy and moving forward into future years of this program.
Yeah, and cancer is something that touches so many of us, unfortunately. But we do have a hockey game to preview today. The Bishop's University Gators have traveled all the way down from Sherbrooke, Quebec to take on the University of Ottawa GGs. We're wearing the yellow pins today in remembrance of Melissa. Just quickly, two keys for both teams here.
So I'm going to do one key for each team. So first key, I'd say for Bishop's University Gators is really, again, like you said, they travel all the way down from Sherbrooke. It's not a short drive, right? So you're on a bus for a couple hours, sitting there cramped. Key for them is being able to have those short shifts. So getting people into the game, all your players that are dressed tonight, as quickly as possible so that everyone is in the game before, let's say, the first 5 minutes of that game. Key for the University of Ottawa at this point, really, you had a couple tough losses, right? You had a couple of tough games. So being able to bounce back from those couple of games, not to dwell on them, and to start that streak going forward with this afternoon's game.
This one, a big game for both teams, 3 and 4 in the standings, but bigger outside of all of it. Remember, you can donate at the link in the GG social medias bios. Please give what you can. If you're contemplating a donation, we recommend giving $23 in honor of Melissa. We're just moments away from the opening ceremonies and puck drop here at the Minto Sports Complex. For Declan Barb and Brianna Newell, you won't want to miss this one.
followed by a recording of the national anthem. Dans le cadre de nos cérémonies d'avant-match, joignez-vous pour l'affirmation autochtone suivie de l'hymne national. As we gather for this event, the GGs pay respect to the Algonquin people, who are the traditional guardians of this land. Nous reconnaissons le lien sacré de longue date unis sur ce territoire, qui demeure non cédé. Nous rendons également hommage à tous les personnes autochtones qui habitent Ottawa, qu'elles soient de la région ou d'ailleurs au Canada. We acknowledge the traditional knowledge keepers, both young and old, and we honor their courageous leaders, past, present, and future. Merci. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to the Minto Sports Complex. My name is Declan DeBarp. Joining me as always, Brianna Newell. Brianna, on this very important game, we have the University of Ottawa hosting the Bishops University Gators. The GGs line up in the gray. The Gators in the purple will jump quickly into starting goalies. Starting for the University of Ottawa, they go back to Aurélie Dubuc, the hot hand, 5-2 this season, a .929 save percentage. In the purple down at the other end, making only her third appearance this season, it's Charlie Wing. Wing is 1-1 on the season, a .983 save percentage. The Gators and the GGs in that logjam of all of the playoff spots here in the RSEQ. The GGs currently up on the Gators by 1 point. The GGs lost last time these two teams faced off against each other. The Gators bring the forecheck right away. Paget in on the forecheck. Sudbury, Ontario native Jade Todd gets there first. Turns it over. Ariane Minville will chase after this one. Time and space, moves it on to Abigail Malotny. Minville out through center, has the puck poked off her stick, and second opportunity will send that one into the Gators zone. That one just fired to center. Reese Meffam, the first time she's on the puck tonight, just will dump it down on goal. Kate McLean in on the forecheck, and it's turned over. Back come the Gators. Turcotte almost forced a turnover, and Kathleen Reedman with a stick up in her midsection, unable to clear the zone. GG's take a couple of whacks at it and finally get it back out to center. Here's Garneau. Garneau trying to touch pass it on through to Turcotte and turns it over. GG's back through center. A stretch pass.
Great pass.
Here's Gagnon. Gagnon! And that one just pulled wide.
What a great pass, though. I believe it was from Reedman. Yeah, it was Kathleen Reedman who made that absolutely incredible pass to send Ariane Gagnon, on a uncontested breakaway on Charlie Wing and just shot it wide.
Just seen in your screen now, Alex Clavel, the two-time recipient of the Melissa Kingsley Memorial Scholarship, the Kapasakskin native that's in Eastern Ontario, grew up with Melissa's younger sister. The two grew to be good friends as the GGs have a chance in Frozen Up. Clavel spoke to the GGs website about what it was like growing up with Melissa's sister and being the recipient. It was a heartfelt article that I really do encourage you all to read. And like I said, donations going live all game. We do encourage you to donate what you can. That one to through center. Trying to spin and fire Vicky Harkness there to disrupt the play. Now to Catherine Birkby. Had a hat trick of assists last season against this team. Here's Clavel on it now. Clavel with a shot into the midsection. Clavel a second opportunity, and that one just wide. Good chance. The Northeastern Ontario native. That one just put wide. Through center. Come the Gators. Solo effort there.
It was a great solo effort by Russo, and again, it was just like the GGs were caught puck watching the entire rush down.
Here's Scholdice. That one a shot that's going wide. Kylie Lalonde can't beat Chloe Haas to it. Gives Chloe Haas a stick in the face. She found herself on the ground, nothing coming. Krasinski can't control it. Scott pokes it back to Krasinski. Krasinski, watch out. She was closed down quickly. Avery Amos. Amos and a teammate collide. Would have been a chance the other way. That was Marjorie Bolduc, two players with only eyes for the puck. Aspro Potomatis, and she's in offside.
A couple of good opportunities there for the GGs against Charlie Wing. And it was Clavel who was involved in both those opportunities. And in those instances, she did elect to shoot, but she did have Birkby on one, which was wide open back door. And she did have Vicky Harkness, same thing on the left-hand side. So it's just getting that head up and seeing the opportunities, the options that are available instead of just swinging around and shooting.
Paget taken hard into the boards there by Mepham, and a chip pass. Abigail Malotny, here she goes. Leads the conference in goals. Malotny gets there first, the centering pass. A great opportunity there for the GGs. They can't bury it.
And a great find to find Biesenthal there. Perfect pass on the back end right off the forecheck there by Malotny.
And Malotny and Biesenthal go at it again. They've been reconnected in the latter part of this first half of the season. It feels like they've been playing together for years. Through center, there's Vigneault Sargent. Nella Vigneault Sargent turns it over. Head up pass. Kate McLean beats Gabrielle Rousseau in a tight angle shot. She drags wide.
Great effort there by McLean.
Vigneault Sargent to Turcotte. Turcotte fans on that pass. The GG's all fired up coming into this one. Here's Kate McLean. McLean wins that puck. Turns it over to Mo Pepin. She led the Bishops University Gators in scoring. Such a vital player in the Gators' first year in the RSEQ. Here comes the captain, Marie-Kimi Thioret. Turcotte, a centering pass. That one just eludes Pepin.
Great play as Pepin was wide open there. No one had taken her.
Pepin picks the pocket, moves it on to Gagnon. Gagnon touch pass to Scholdice.
Good stick there by Sims to get out of the GG zone.
See some of the GGs with the yellow stick tape here, all in memory of Melissa Kingsley.
Stick tape, laces, everything yellow.
Alex Clavel back to the point. Nice little stop up by Minville. Minville sent her to the shadow realm.
It's always nice as a defenseman when you see that happen.
Nice little edge work there.
Good job by Minville to keep it in.
GG's backline bolstered last week in the reintroduction of Angelique Prue. We haven't seen her on the ice quite yet, but the defenseman led all GG's defensemen in points. She led all GG's in assists last season. Here's Krasinski, a shot from the point. Swallowed up by Charlie Wing.
Great pressure that the GGs are putting on the Gators here, and early on in this period, just over 5 minutes, 5 minutes and 1 second into this period, and it's been definitely an aggressive forecheck play by the GGs so far.
Wing started the Gators' first game here against the University of Ottawa last year. She only lasted 3.5 minutes. Led into 3 goals, including a couple of funny bounces off those Minto Sports Complex boards. And it's getting colder here in the nation's capital. We'll imagine they'll start to reappear. Here comes the Gators. Gatto over the center. She dumps that one in. Gigi's trying to establish possession, and here's Taylor Scott. She loses it in her feet, a nervy moment, and just whacked out to center. Chloe Haas looking to be the beneficiary. Here's Marjorie Bolduc. Bolduc one-on-one with Mepham. Bolduc to the backhand. Had her stick tied up at the last moment. Great individual effort there by Chloe Haas, the second-year player. Scott a bank pass off the boards to her teammate, and a touched out to center by Jade Todd. Back up to Bolduc. Bolduc has Pepin going to the center of the net. And that one deflected by Mepham. Biesenthal, head up pass, turns it over. Fortuitous bounce. Here's Abigail Malotny. Malotny, a shot. That one just wide. Taylor Sims holds the line. Transfer from Ritz, sends it right back where it came from. Taylor Ritz. Turned over. Little kick pass. And that one took a couple of funny bounces. Almost found its way to Abigail Malotny. Biesenthal. Prue on it now for the first time tonight. Searching shot. It's loose in the slot.
Great couple stops there by Charlie Wing, and so vital too. Puck was just sitting there, scramble, and you have a couple words being exchanged between Biesenthal and Aspropotamidis. All pleasantries, I'm sure.
I'm sure. Wing picked up the win the last time these two teams faced off against each other. Allowed 3 goals that day, but enough to pick up the win, 4-3. Off to a good start here tonight. One sent down deep by Sims. McLean will chase after that one. Finds its way to Gagnon. Gagnon, best chance of the game so far on that breakaway. Schuldeis can't beat Bilodeau to it. And here's Bilodeau. Touch to McLean. McLean just a little reverse down low. Schuldeis. It's to a Gatorin out to center. Gigi's trying to start back. Bilodeau will get a touch on it, they say, and heads down deep. Gigi some time and space at center. That one a unforced error there by Vicky Harkness. Gigi's trying to catch the Gators in a change. Alex Clavel, who's been all over the place, was going right to the net. Ariane Minville, who had stepped off the bench, unable to connect with her. Catherine Birkby can't get it down deep, and it's sent into the GG zone. Orly DeBook, who hasn't had too much to do early on in this one, comes out to collect. Krasinski just able to clear the zone. Over the line. Puck fired in. Minville looks up, sees 2 purple shirts, and forced into a board battle. Gators on it now. One just out of the reach of Reagan Garneau. Garneau rather with a shot. That one couldn't get past a couple of bodies. Jolie Gagnon.
And it's Birkby against 5 Gators as the GGs are changing all their other players.
And Birkby draws a penalty there, one out of frustration, and just like that, the GG's penalty kill will go to work.
I think it was a little bit of frustration, a little bit of exhaustion too, fatigue. Regardless, though, Birkby will be going to the box and serving 2 minutes for, I believe it was roughing the call.
It was a hand out, soft one, but that one the referees are going to call.
And this is always what it is, right? Playing the game a little bit and seeing how the calls are going to go.
Here comes Kate McLean. McLean, that faceoff won so well by the Gators, it just found its way all the way through center. McLean, a sole woman penalty kill, will pin a Gator back there. She killed off about 15 seconds. The GG's penalty kill, not good so far this season. 4th in the RSEQ, 84.5%. Rates 26th in U Sports. Pepin, that one, just a pass behind her captain. Rikimi Teoret will chase after it. She had Abigail Malotny hot on her tails. Teoret, sorry, that's Paget.
Good play by Paget to set it up.
Here's Teoret, nice little toe drag on the backhand. It's only into the midsection of a GG. Harkness, nice little move. It's a 2-on-1. The GG's always a threat back the other way. Harkness and Malotny. Malotny! Stick lifted at the last moment.
Great.
Malotny scored her first goal as a GG.
Great back check there by Aspro Potamaitis. How she made that back check there and really saved a goal.
Vigneault Sargent Theoret sitting on the doorstep. What a save by Dubuc.
Great 2 stops there by Dubuc.
Here's Clavel. GG's penalty kill has been excellent so far. Looks up, sees Vigneault Sargent, and will just pin it there. The GG's will get a change. Here's Turcotte. Turcotte still harassed by Clavel. Vigneault Sargent back now for the Gators. She just will dump that one in. Dubuc unable to corral it. Here's Pepin. Mo Pepin to Vigneault Sargent. Sargent still on it now. She'll walk the line. Trying to leave it for Garot. Can't get it past Krasinski. To the point. Berger Dubé. Vigneault Sargent right into the midsection of Dubuc.
And that'll pretty much do it for the power play for the Gators. And to be very transparent, it's almost like they were their worst enemy for those 2 minutes. I mean, yes, the GGs killed it off for sure, but the Gators absolutely helped with that effort. Passes were not connecting, miscommunications. It was a very discombobulated power play overall.
It's an excellent kill, the GGs.
Great pressure, though, by the GGs on the forecheck, and that's really what made the Gators, I think, go on their back foot.
Here's Kate McLean. The GGs, you have to say, had the better opportunities on that penalty kill. She's shown the wall by Fallon Sholdis. Chianci moves it on to Scholdice. That one dumped past Reedman. Pepin will skate after it. Reese Meffam, the first one there. She turns that one over. Bilodeau in support is able to bump it onto Gagnon. Gagnon just a floater that can't clear the zone. Chianci sends it right back into the GG's hash mark area, and it's on to Kate McLean. McLean, nice little move past one. She's out to center. Looks up, sees her team changing, will just dump it forward and head off. Gabriella Rousseau. That one touched by Amos, but before the red line, and that one will be icing.
It was a nice play for a breakout there into the GG zone. Gagnon was at the last tail end of her shift on the hash boards there, and everyone was on that board side of the ice surface, and she made a nice play cross ice over to McLean to make the little nifty move to get out of the zone. So instead of just going up the same side over and over again, she crossed it over. It was a much smoother breakout as a result.
Nice face-off win. Here's Taylor Sims still looking for her first goal, and she just fires it into the midsection of a GG. Or of a Gator, rather. Here's Birkby to the backhand. She has
great speed there.
Angelique Prue pinching in with her. She goes to Clavel, continues to the net. That one just too fine of an angle and misses the net. Bolduc trying to be a little too cute with it, finds Harkness. Finds its way back to Bolduc, and this time she'll connect with Angelique Paget. Paget on a solo mission. Will take the scenic route. And that one just trying to center it, only finds Birkby. Birkby touches it up to Clavel. Finds Krasinski, who had pinched up, but that one just a little bit too far behind her. Garot still on it now. Nice little pass to Aspro Potamaitis. No one corrals it. Here's Paget. Can't send it on net. GG's deal with it. Krasinski dumps it in deep. Soft bounce off the boards. Wing will settle it down. Vigneault Sargent. Vigneault Sargent has Turcotte going to the front of the net. That one a shot. Almost bounded out. Another shot. That one saved by Dubuc. It was Maud Pepin who followed up. Couldn't beat Dubuc, who was down and out.
That's a couple instances now how Dubuc has been really keeping her GG's team in the game by not allowing those goals.
This one has really leveled out to the GG's. Better chances early on, and with 6 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the first period, GG's settling, this game settling more into a rhythm. Chances at both ends. Maud Pepin, you would have favored her in that situation. 3 goals so far this season, tied for the team lead on the Gators. Here's Biesenthal. Turns it over to Turcotte, and Turcotte over the head of Sims. Here's Pepin. Pepin watched by Prue. Pepin cuts into the middle, but Gast at the end of a long shift will turn it over. Biesenthal just chipping it forward, trying a little lob pass to Todd. Biesenthal knocked down the Georgetown, Ontario native. Théoret has Fontaine. Fontaine has Goodall. Goodall, that one just behind her. Back to the point. Rousseau sends it deep. Krasinski lifts the stick, but it finds Gagnon. Fontaine, she's hauled down. The arms stay down. Lone man out front for the Gators. Biesenthal ties her man up. Made a risky play there. Théoret on the backhand. Centering that one. Can't be tapped home by Christelle Fontaine. Good shift here by the third line for the Gators. And right as I say that, unable to connect with Avery Amos over the line. Rousseau. Watson and Amos combined to send that puck into the GG's offensive zone. Reedman up to Clavel, or Gagnon rather. McLean just dumps it in. She saw the space closing in the middle of the ice quickly. Has her stick whacked at and will follow up Mepham. Just a speculative effort that Bilodeau hoping to benefit from. That one frozen up by Wing. 5 minutes to go. Just seen Jamie Aspro-Potomitis. She was such a crucial member of these Bishop Gators. The Gators only beat the GGs twice last season. Those games, though, coming when it matters. Those games in the playoffs. That one spun around. Here's Chianci. Up to Aspro-Potomitis. Potomitis shifts past Mepham, but Paget over the line.
Now, Bishop's definitely had a good inaugural season last year. They did not, fall short of expectations there, and they're just building off what they started last season. Have had a so far not too terrible start this year, quite honestly, and they look pretty good here today.
The competition in the RSEQ really at an all-time high. You only have one nationally ranked team as GG's established possession, that being the Concordia Stingers, who the GG's put up a good fight against the other weekend in Montreal, but fell 2-0 too, as Aspro-Potomitis on it now. The Gators finished 5th last season in the regular season. Currently sitting in 4th, a point behind the GGs, but it's a real logjam as Rousseau sends that one down deep. GG sitting currently on 11 points rather. Gators on 10, Montreal at 13, and Concordia at 14. So all to play for still here as we approach the halfway mark, the semester break, as you will. GG's find themselves in a little bit of trouble. Sophie Gatto. Minville trying to clear the zone, and those GG's passes just not crisp enough. Turcotte, Pepin can't collect, and Minville forced back towards her own net. Sloppy play by both teams. Krasinski plays herself into trouble. Here's Crystal Fontaine. 7 against 7. That one centered it. Really could have bounced off anyone. Lalonde, first one there, and she'll just chip it out to center. GG's will complete a change. GG still only with 4 men on the ice. Here's Gatto. Gatto trying to center it. That one deflected on net, and a kick save there. It's a great play there.
That's a good example of where fatigue really makes the decisions for you, as 4 out of the 5 GG's players all raced off the bench, and it's not like the puck really went far down the ice. It was really just outside the blue line, between the blue line and the red line, and then the Gators were able to really transition and just come back hard on GG's as they were changing. And we do see the arm up here.
The Gators are going to be short-handed. Not quite sure for what, but we'll catch that in a moment as there's a collision in front of the net as well with Biesenthal and Chianci. It'll be head contact, the call. Just waiting to see who they pull. Looks like it's going to be Goodall. No, that'll be Joel Gagnon who heads off. So with 2 minutes and 34 seconds to go, the GG's power play goes to work. They were 0 for 6 last weekend against Concordia. GG's power play needs to get it going. They have the firepower out there. And the reintroduction of Angelique Prue will do worlds for it. We'll see her on the top unit. Jay Todd and Kathleen Reedman play catch. GG's power play 6.4% this season. Biesenthal, worst in the whole nation. Todd, Reedman, Todd. Todd, a shot! That one loose! What a save by Wing!
Stop. Oh my God, I thought for sure that was going in. What a great stop.
Charlie Wing
Pat yourself on the back wing.
finds its way back to the top. Todd, a shot, that one. Easily stopped by Wing. Todd. GG's on their feet. Reedman handcuffed her. Reedman and the GG's forced back out of the Gator zone. Here comes Malotny. Malotny and Malotny and Gatto over the line. Harkness joins them. Just waiting to see if Angelique Prue will make her way on the ice. Jay Todd heads off, and on comes Angelique Prue. Prue, the last defenseman back. Vigneault Sargent, head up. That one a shot. Kicked aside there by Dubuc. Nella Vigneault Sargent with a chance to go the other way. It's really been a story of the penalty killers here. Here comes Harkness. Harkness and Gatto. Angelique Prue. Prue 9 assists last season, 5 of them on the power play. Malotny a shot, that one into the shin pad of Sholdis. Malotny, 18 seconds to go. Prue, the quarterback on this power play. Abigail Malotny, a winding shot. That one hit a body, could have gone anywhere. So Gatto has Malotny. Malotny looks to Prue. Prue to Minville, 3 seconds. Cross ice, that one in between Malotny's skates. That'll do it for the power play. GG's unable to collect. Angelique Prue looking like she's missed no time. Centering pass, Malotny, what a save by Charlie Wing. That one, just good positioning. GG's have a couple of opportunities they can't bury on the power play.
And I mean, you got to give Wing credit. She's been making those stops that she needs to make, and some I didn't even know was possible. Like that one on the power play, I really thought Biesenthal had. It was a wide open net, and Wing was just able to slide over and get a pad right in that lane. So got to give her credit where credit's due, and it's due.
It was an excellent save by the Gators netminder. She played out of her mind on that power play to keep things even. The Huntsville, Ontario native. As Birkby takes her man in, and with 5 seconds to go, we'll watch the remaining time on the first period clock tick away. So the GGs and the Gators go in knotted at 0. That, though, thanks largely to the play of both netminders. We'll be back in just a moment's time to wrap up the first period action. Just a reminder, we'll remind you at the end of every single period, donate if you can at the link in the GG's social media feeds. This the Melissa Kingsley Memorial Game. We'll be back in just a moment's time. Don't go anywhere. I don't know what. Welcome back to the Minto Sports Complex. Declan Bart, Brianna Newell on the Melissa Kingsley Memorial Game. Just a reminder, donate if you can at the link in the GG social medias. Any little bit helps, but let's dive into that first period. It was a sloppy period by two teams.
Yeah, sloppy is a good way to put it, actually. And it was on both sides. It was on the Gator side. It was on the GG side. It was just sloppy, all the way around. Sloppy Joe, basically, is the word really that comes to mind. It was just the pucks were going everywhere, right? So it's taking a step back and making those passes with intent, right? Taking a step back, being patient with the puck. There's only one puck out there. You want it. You want that puck. You don't want to just give it away. But both teams, they were just slapping it away, right? They were slapping it up off the boards like a ping pong game, not looking over necessarily the other side. So key moving into that second period is get your head up, and this is for both teams, get your head up, make the passes that are there, control the puck, don't give it away just to give it away, because then you got to go back and get it, which is more work, and it's going to tire you out, which is what we saw in that first period on both sides.
The GG's traditionally a better team in that second period when the long change comes in. And just to further your points, Brianna, we saw on that one play where Kathleen Reedman slung it up to Ariane Gagnon, the best chance of the period. She just put that one wide. But the player really keeping Bishops in this is Charlie Wing, the Huntsville, Ontario native, second-year goaltender. She had a rough start to her Bishops University career. She's hasn't been outstanding this season, 8.93 coming into it, but outstanding today.
Yeah, it's almost like she heard you, Declan, because she's playing absolutely amazing, right? Those stops, I thought for sure on the power play down in the corner there to the right of Wing that Biesenthal was just going to knock it into an empty net. Not the case. Wing managed to get herself over from one side of the net all the way over where Biesenthal was to be able to keep her team in the game at 0. So 100% credit is due there to Charlie Wing, playing an absolutely amazing game so far. Now it's only been one period, but for her, I hope she continues it into the second period because that was her period through and through. And then on the other side, Dubuque is playing well as well. I don't think that she's been tested nearly as much as Wing, 100%. But she's made the stops when she's had to, right? There's been a couple opportunities on the Gators side when they went down on Dubuque, and she made those stops.
And we've seen the Gators use that man in the slot. If you've picked it up, the GG's not afraid to pinch down into the corners there, and we saw that nervy moment where Alyssa Biesenthal had taken her man, and left Chris Delfontaine all alone. The Gators unable to connect on there, but you worry as those chances stack up.
It's a good opportunity for the Gators, right? They've even come down on their transition. Let's say it's maybe a 3-on-1, 3-on-2, and one person, usually it was Pepin actually, who was backdoor, excuse me, and there was no coverage. So if the Gators are looking to get ahead and make Dubuque slide from one side to the other, because that's how you're going to beat her, either with that or with traffic, that's an opportunity that's open. There's no coverage consistently from the GGs on those types of opportunities. So if the Gators are able to connect, again, getting their heads up, making those passes that are available, that could be a huge problem for the GGs moving forward into this game.
It takes something special to beat the OUA player, the RSEQ player of the month for October, but we'll see what the Gators can do. We'll see what the GGs can do when we come back in about 10 minutes time. You won't want to miss the rest of this one. Welcome back to the Minto Sports Complex. My name's Declan DeBarp. Joining me, as always, Brianna Newell. Brianna, sloppy period here. What can we expect from both teams?
I mean, if I were Coach Girls, and I'm not, but if I were her, I could picture her going in there and saying, guys, sloppy period. We need to do better. We are better. Let's go out and show them that we are.
Yeah, and I can second that message. I was at the Carleton game on Friday night, last Thursday. The GGs played not their best effort is how I'll phrase it. And down speaking to GG's assistant coach, but here's Jay Todd, and I'll finish that thought in a minute. Jay Todd over center, looking up. She has Minville, a centering pass. That one off the stick of Charlie Wing. Minville on it now. She has Biesenthal in front of the net. Trying to connect with Biesenthal. That one lopped over her stick. Abigail Malotny. Malotny, that one a shot into the corner. She scored 2 goals in the first meeting between the GGs and the Gators. Centering pass there by Todd, can't connect with Malotny, and back comes Teoret. Twisting and turning, sending Reese Meffam into the spin cycle, but Meffam will pin her against the boards. Vigneault Sargent. Bilodeau in the passing lane there. Bilodeau on it now to Todd. And just to finish my thought from earlier, Greg Bowles, GG's assistant head coach and lead scout, and Chelsea Grills said they've played better than that they did on Thursday. She expects better from her team. A lot to learn, though. In games you lose more than games you win, and it's a long season. It just doesn't matter how you get into the playoffs. It matters that you do, and especially this year with Women's Nationals being hosted by the Montreal Carabins up in the great city of Montreal. Those U Sports National Championship berths ever smaller. It will only be 2. So much to play for, and home ice advantage meaning even more in the playoffs this year.
And this is why we say, every game counts regardless of the division, but especially in this conference with the RSCQ, you don't have a ton of teams, and the teams that you do have, it's a battle every single meeting. You can't take a night off or an afternoon off.
Well, I won a puck that Charlie Wing didn't get her stick down enough of, but the pad there to bail her out.
I think the key also for the GGs this period is getting more shots on net. Like, don't get me wrong, Wing had an outstanding first period, but many of the other shots didn't even go on net. They've been going wide. So bearing down on the stick and getting those shots right on net.
Taylor Sims with a chance to do that. Deflected Malotny. Oh. That one squeaked through. It didn't find the corner.
And even though Wing could not corral the rebound, she did make that stop and did have some help from her defenseman to get it in the corner safely.
You would bet on Vicky Harkness in that situation. Wing had the positioning there. There was no time to react.
No, but I think it was Teoret actually who was able to clear it away from danger. So well done there, heads up play.
Angelique Prue has one chance to hold the line, and then that puck will squeak through, head down the ice, and Taylor Sims will beat it for an icing. 17-36. GG's looking to hold the Gators in their own offensive zone. Tired unit out there. The GG's send out Garot Lalonde.
Scott.
And Taylor, Scott, Minville, and Krasinski on the point.
Yeah. Fresh legs.
And Joelle Gagnon able to carry through center. I expect her to dump that puck in, and Gators have to watch not to get caught in a change. So Vicaro spinning couldn't dump it down, and on the second opportunity she does. Here's Kylie Lalonde. Lalonde on the backhand. Has Krasinski at the point. Nice little reverse to Krasinski. A shot. That one gloved by Wing.
It was a nice little play there by Lalonde and Krasinski, and that's the only play really that you can do in that situation. For a defenseman to just stay on the point there, it doesn't make any sense. Get Bishops moving, get yourselves crossing 100%. And Rousseau actually made a great play on Garot. She stood her up without taking a penalty, so great defensive play there by Rousseau from the Gators.
Here's Biesenthal. On to Malotny. Minville dragging, shooting. That one off a skate.
I think a few skates actually.
Todd trying to reverse it. Still on it. Harassed by 2. Somehow able to get it to Biesenthal. Biesenthal, quick hands Only finds the corner wraparound. Goal! Abigail Malotny.
Wow, and Wing did not have any idea where that was. I think she thought it was still towards the right of her, not realizing that it had gone behind the net and that Malotny was chasing it down so diligently and just tucked it right in for a wraparound.
The transfers from Syracuse has made an impact right away. Make that goal number 9.
Whew.
The RSEQ leading goal number 9 for number 93. As here's a chance again. Gagnon in on the partial break. Gagnon! Oh, kick save! And then a blocker save!
Wow. 2 great stops by Wing there.
Charlie Wing, a chance for Vigneault Sargent on the backhand. Reverse, Pepin! Blocked by a Gigi.
Right idea, though, by Vigneault Sargent.
Instant response here by the Gators, and that one that Reagan Garot scored on the wrong net.
And Gigi's almost had a second one there where Gagnon was sprung on that kind of breakaway, and Wing was just able somehow to get her foot out and deny her that, and then made a second stop on top of that.
You know, it was a great individual effort there by Gagnon to fight off
Great speed.
Reagan Garot, who was chasing her down, and then an even better save. Goal by Malotny. So the first line connects for the University of Ottawa. Biesenthal and Todd getting the assists, and the GGs lead by 1. Here comes Birkby. Birkby with Clavel. Birkby a shot. That one stood up by Berger Dubé. Haven't said her name too much. Nice little pass there by Birkby. Centering past that one, Wing is able to freeze up. Here you see Taylor Scott. Hasn't been involved too much, but the GG send this line out and to do battle, and so Higaro loses the face-off. One off the referee. Lucky bounce for the GGs and then turned over. 3-on-1. Here's Pepin. Todd skating back. Pepin a shot trying to handcuff Dubuc, aiming for the 5-hole.
It was an interesting play considering she had 3 other teammates with her. Even though GGs were diligently making their way back, it was 4 Gators against really only 2 GGs at most.
Lalonde passed to Tailret, and Tailret in offside.
Ooh.
Slow getting
Close,
back was
though.
the rookie Turcotte, and we'll get a face-off just outside of the zone.
It was a valiant effort, though, by Turcotte to get out there, but just not quite in the nick of time.
Justine Turcotte, rookie who's made an instant impact this season. She's been incredible along that first line. It was hard to displace Jamie Aspero-Potomatis. She's done so this season with impressive play. And here's Joelle Gagnon trying to connect with Crystal Fontaine.
Unable to do so, though, because Riedman had great gap control there. Was able to disconnect that pass.
Heavy collision there. And the GGs, we're going to get a penalty called or offside and pass something. We'll stay at 5-on-5. Face off just outside the GG zone. Dominique Desmarais has done an excellent job of building this program. We've seen the Gators fight valiantly last year and not just make up the numbers as I think a lot of people expected in this season. Recruits like Turcotte have really bolstered this program and made it something to be reckoned with. They dropped a game to Montreal Carabin, but a very tough game that they played. 3-2 the final score in that one. Real playoff contenders here. Here's Prue. Prue stretch past Bilodeau. Bilodeau has Gagnon, and that one, those two just not on the same wavelength. Out to center, finds Taylor Sims. Sims will dump it for Gigi to chase.
Oh.
Touched out in front. That was
It's Kate McLean
Kate.
with that forechecking effort there. And that's something that we've come to expect from McLean, too, all the time.
GG's want a call. GG's get a call as Minville body checked. Gators faithful not too pleased with that, and the GG's power play goes to work. Second opportunity for the University of Ottawa, trying to get their petulant power play going.
And just based on what we saw from that first power play opportunity during this game, during the first period, it needs more movement. It's not just playing catch between the top two players of the overload. You need to get the Bishop Gators PKers moving to open up that lane.
Minville, Malotny, Prue, Garreau, and Harkness out there. The GGs win the faceoff and establish zone control, something they haven't done so far this season. Minville to Prue. Prue, that one just bobbled off her stick. Had one eye on the pass. That one can't be cleared by the captain. Minville walking the line and closed down quickly. That was Marjorie Bolduc. Minville will dump it and chase after it. Gabriella Rousseau looks up. Fired. Ooh. Favorable bounce for the GGs, and Garreau unable to benefit from it. Bolduc had just taken a wild whack at it, and on the second time of asking will clear the zone.
Good kill so far from the Gators.
40 seconds gone in the blink of an eye. Here's Prue. Angelique Prue will start through center. She has Clavel outside of her, elects to go by herself. Prue reverses to Clavel. Clavel to Reedman. Reedman taking her time with it. GG's got a change. Jade Todd. Jade Todd so close to scoring on that last power play. Nice little shovel to Biesenthal. Biesenthal and Todd almost connected. Reedman, 50 seconds to go. Biesenthal, Reedman, two Mississauga, Ontario natives. Clavel, 1-2. That puck's still loose, and it somehow finds its way to Reedman.
Wow.
Todd.
Whew.
Reedman. Reedman to Clavel. Clavel and Reedman swap places. Todd, a shot. That one will bounce in. Jade Todd makes it 2-0.
And it was great movement there from the GG's unit here, especially from the top two. You had Minville and Todd with the predominance of those movements happening, and then Todd just tosses it on net. I don't even think it went off a GG's player. I think it actually went off shoulders.
I wouldn't be surprised if they give that one to Jade Todd, her third of the season, her second point of this game.
Good game so far. And again, even before that, though, too, Wing made some absolutely unbelievable stops, too, but she can't do everything. She does need help from her team members.
And that one, again, a puck she just doesn't know where it is. And that one you don't blame her as much for as the first one, and Maupepen almost sends it goalwards. Bobbles over her stick. Here's Kate McLean. That one just looped up over her. You can't blame her at all in that situation. So the GGs connect on the power play. That only the fourth time they've done so this season. Ooh. Birkby will dump it. Garreau walking a dangerous tightrope, and it's turned over, but only for a moment. Kathleen Reedman, really have to credit her for the goal. They'll give the goal to Reedman. I think that one will be changed. Vigneault Sargent with a half chance, closed down quickly, and then a dog pile. Biesenthal through center. Todd centering. Abigail Malotny not home to tap it into the back of the nets. So the goal is Reedman from Todd officially, but from up here, from our vantage point, I imagine that'll be changed. I believe it will actually be flipped on that play.
The reverse, yeah.
Taylor Sims found herself in no man's land all the way up and almost sent back the other way. Here's Rousseau, Gabriella Rousseau through center. Leaves it for Bolduc. Bolduc, a shot. It's blocked by Prue, and then another opportunity. That was Paget. Puck almost fell fortuitously for her. Birkby back on the nice defensive play. Here's Vicky Harkness. Harkness on a break. On the backhand to her forehand. Spinning away, almost.
I mean, it was a great back-checking effort there. I believe it was from Chianci?
I believe it was Chianci who came all the way. She got caught, both players at the end of a shift, and Vicky Harkness just out of gas, and spinning off to the corner. Here's Paget. Paget all by herself. Bolduc. Bolduc has Fontaine in front. She's hauled down, and the GG's going to head to the penalty kill. Shirley Wing will head off and look to the referee as
I believe it's Krasinski who's going off. And rightfully so. To be fully honest, rightfully so. There was definitely a tripping motion there. There's no way around that. You know, you don't continue to move your feet and you put your stick there. Someone falls down, the arm is definitely going to go up, and that's exactly what happened there and why the GGs are now on the PK. And what a great opportunity for the Gators. You have 2 minutes here. You have to take advantage of it. You're down by a 2-goal deficit.
yeah, Chelsea Grills didn't even look frustrated in that situation. But here go the Gators. Stepping into it. That one stopped and then just looped into the midsection of Aurélie Dubuc.
Yep. Great idea, though, by Garreau. Good movement there between Berger Dubé and Garreau. And again, you gotta put the puck on net. You gotta test Dubuc, get traffic in front.
Abigail Malotny and Vicky Harkness out there for the GGs, and they're as much a threat short-handed as they are at even strength, if not more. Turcotte down low. Paget, back post, blocked once, and it sneaks through. I believe that'll be Vigneault Sargent, and the Gators pull back within one.
And again, it's getting the puck to the net. It doesn't have to be the prettiest goal at all, but you need to keep trying, keep pushing it there. So Dubuc made one stop. Second stop, third one, it goes in, right? Eventually it's going to go in. And that's an important goal for the Gators as it cuts their 2-goal deficit in half, and they're right back in this game.
Very important. The GG's penalty kill will brew what they did. That one just good dogged play there by Vigneault Sargent. I believe it was her, but that play really started by the Ottawa, Ontario native, Angelique Prue. Right in front of us, we have a huge contingent of Gators fans, and they jumped up thinking it might have been Angelique Prue's goal, Paget's goal rather. Paget right back out there, and the Gators will look to tie things up before the end of the period. Rousseau stops Kate McLean. Bolduc given a bump. Here's Garreau. Garreau 3 over the line. Trying to find Taylor Sims. Gagnon will pick it up. Watched closely by Paget. Minville! That one. She just took a hack at. Check to see if her stick broke. Bilodeau dog it on the back check. Tail Retz will pick it up down below the GG's crease. Todd had Malotny, and that one right in the skates of Chianchi.
Had Todd, though, connected with Malotny, who just snuck in behind both Shouldes and Chianci, she would have been long gone.
Todd. She's given a bump, and she'll draw a power play.
I believe it's going to be Goodall.
Goodall frustrated at that call.
Yeah.
GG's, who just connected on their most recent power play, get a chance to go back to work.
And to be honest, I think both teams are frustrated by the officiating so far this afternoon. It's been interesting. We'll leave it at that word.
You know, I'd call that more of a reverse check.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if I'd really say that that's a call that needs to be made. It gets to a point where you need to let the players play.
But nonetheless, Gabriella Goodall goes to sit for 2 minutes or less. So Beatrice Bilodeau draws into the dot, loses the faceoff, and Ella Watson just gives it a nice hack down the ice.
I think she felt very satisfied by that. That's how that looked. Whack it down.
Almost instinctual.
It was, yeah.
It's like when you see a forward facing his own goal. You think of what Patrick Laine did in the NHL, just took a clapper into his own net. It's almost
why
that.
not? You know?
It was almost that reactionary.
Yeah.
The Gators will send that puck down the ice once more. Nice aggressive penalty killing. Bilodeau will dump it into her own bench.
And it was a good start to the PK, honestly, and it did start with Watson. You know, she smacked it down the ice, and then she continued on the forecheck even all the way back, which forced Bilodeau to toss it into her own bench as well. So, and already, you know, 33 seconds gone from that power play for the GGs.
Paget loses the face-off, but too cleanly for Minville, and she'll be forced behind her own net.
Which is okay. It gives her an opportunity to set up, and I was going to say make a good pass, but...
Vigneault Sargent trying to benefit on a mess caused really by the GGs. Minville, a second opportunity. Prue can't get past Théoret, and Harkness will start again. Harkness and Garot. Here's Garot. Garot stops up. Sophie Garot. Angelique Prue. Prue has a man at the back door. Blocker save. Prue again. Backhand. Malotny save.
Right
what
idea,
a save
though.
by Wing.
Right idea by Prue to look over and see Malotny and feed her. Well done, and great stop by Wing.
You really felt earlier in this season that Angelique Prue's hockey IQ was what was missing on the back end for the GGs, especially on that power play. Like I said, 5 assists for her on the power play last season. Was a GG's Rookie of the Season. Made an all-star appearance, did Angelique Prue. No GG really wanting to claim it, and Krasinski doesn't have the foot speed to keep it in. That'll just about do it for the Goodall power play. The GG's down to 1-3 on the day. GG's this season yet to score twice on the power play. Oh, big shot given there to Kate McLean. Arms stay down. And then Burkby muscled over to the ground.
It was a nice hit by Bolduc. It really was. Just interesting.
Goodall out of the box. All kinds of energy will chase down Taylor Sims, but Sims able to dump it into the Gators zone, and Goodall finds herself back on it. That one just out of her reach.
Good stick by Sims there. Good gap.
Gagnon chases after Sholdis. Sholdis takes the body.
And speaking of taking the body, you can see just over the last couple of shifts that has increased a ton. A little bit from frustration, a little bit maybe from fatigue.
Physicality being laid down, and then
and just what you need.
Taylor Sims can't keep that puck in the zone. An error 3 if we're playing baseball. GG's on it again in the offensive zone. Ooh. Gagnon, a nice little twist, a nice little turn. Minville. Cross ice trying to connect with Gagnon. Krasinski sends it down to Bilodeau. Minville just getting that stick out of the way. Was sitting in the slot. Scott. Finds his way to Minville. Backhanded. Deflected wide. Chianci. Paget. You can tell she's gassed. Sorry, that was Mo Pepin. Reedman just holds the line. 4 minutes, 23 seconds to go. The GG's completing a change. Malotny will chase after Sholdis. Sholdis lacks a daisical play. The fatigue really feeding in, and that a huge one to clear the zone. Théoret, last burst of speed. Sorry, that was Joel Gagnon. The GG's back the other way.
Good job by Berger Dubé, though, to stop Malotny and Biesenthal in their tracks on a transition.
Woo, toe drag there by Garot. Garot over the line. A shot right up into Reedman's midsection. Turcotte couldn't connect with Vigneault Sargent.
It was a good stick by Reedman. Good step
nice
up.
Step up, Berger Dubé. Berger Dubé just shot it with her toe. One she'll want back. Turcotte holds the line.
And Pepin was just wide open in front of the GG's net. Not a GG to be seen.
Couldn't corral it, and it just found itself harmlessly into the corner. 2-on-1. Malotny, that a shot. Todd just not with the foot speed.
Wow, what a couple of errors there on the GG's end that created those opportunities for the Gators, and especially the step up here by Berger Dubé. It was a completely telegraphed pass by the GG's player that allowed Berger Dubé to just step in and create that opportunity there. Moreover, Pepin wide open in front of the net. Wow.
Rousseau closed down quickly, is able to get it to Turcotte, up to Bolduc. Bolduc, nice little pass, couldn't connect though with Paget, and that one just hammered back where it came from. Here's Théoret to start again for the Gators. Nice little bank pass. Paget couldn't corral it,
Oh, they were offside.
but they're in
Yep.
offside.
Yep. So they have to tag up.
Here's Prue. 2 minutes, 52 seconds to go. Minville takes a tumble, and then Clavel will get a slashing the stick penalty. Knock that stick right out of Paget's hands. As clear a call as they'll get. And the GGs will be shorthanded again. The Gators scored on their most recent power play opportunity.
Yeah, not a penalty that you want to take, especially when you're down or when you're leading by a goal and you're only about a couple minutes before the intermission. You don't want to give any momentum over on a silver platter to the opposing team, but that's exactly what Clavel did. And to be honest, it's not out of the ordinary for this player. We've seen it before, just in the offensive zone, taking these types of penalties.
Garneau, cross size, couldn't connect with Turcotte. Finds its way to Turcotte, and I think Turcotte, moment of panic, high stick. But she'll want to touch it before Kate McLean. But she just gets there in time. High sticking the call.
And really that play started because we just whacked the puck away. I'm not quite sure which Gators player it was, but right off the draw, it was a little bit of a bumbling puck, and it was knocked right over to Kate McLean in that instance, which caused this opportunity.
Offensive zone face-off, a real chance for the GGs to bleed off some minutes on this penalty kill. They lose the face-off and will just hold their shape. Pepin had no clue where that one was. And here's Malotny, one-on-one. Malotny staring down Gabriella Rousseau, and that one she'll want back. Rousseau over center. She's dumped by Birkby. The arms stay down.
And Rousseau so far has had a good game. She's been kind of everywhere, both defensive and offensively.
Real experienced head on Rousseau's shoulders. Turcotte! Nice little pass! What a save! Did she fan on it? I thought that Aurélie Dubuc might have got a cross, got a toe on it.
No, unfortunately, it went right over to Pepin. It was wide open. Like, what a great play by the Gators defenseman to find her instead of taking a shot, but it just went right through the legs of Pepin.
I thought that one might have been directed goalwards. Didn't quite catch it. I was trying to catch the Gator who made the pass. And
okay,
here's
that's why I'm
Paget. Teamwork makes the dream work, and
There
here's
you go.
Paget turning back. Garreau. Back to Garreau. Time, space, another cross-ice pass, Paget, that one just wide. Garreau couldn't hold the line. Kate McLean will skate on after it. Her and Berger Dubé get all tied up. Last minute of play in the second period. Aspro Potomatus, nice little toe drag pass one. She has Garreau with her on the backhand. Centering pass, that one couldn't be corralled. Gators stuck in their own zone. Sovigato. Centering pass.
Great stick
Bilodeau.
there by-
Krasinski. That one just wide.
That was a great stick, though, by Garreau to get it in there and break up that first pass.
And then it was a nice little feed. Beatrice Bilodeau almost sent that one into the back of the net in the dying moments. Garreau, that one just out of her reach. 10 seconds. The nice little offensive zone shift. Bilodeau, that one bobbled off her stick. Krasinski. Had a bobbling pass, kicked aside, 3 seconds. That one a shot that went wide. That'll do it for the second period. The teams trade goals. We go in 2-1. The GGs lead. We'll be back in just a moment's time to break down all the second period action on the Melissa Kingsley Memorial Game. Quick reminder, please donate if you can. The links all on the GG socials. We'll be back in just a moment's time. You won't want to miss the end of this dramatic game. Welcome back to the Minto Sports Complex. Declan Barb, Brianna Newell to wrap up the second period of action in the Melissa Kingsley Memorial Game. Just a quick reminder, please, if you can, donate what you can. Melissa, a player that touched so many here at the University of Ottawa, and carrying on her legacy in whatever way we can is something that we're really trying to promote today. But let's get into the action there. 2 goals for the GGs, 1 goal for the Gators. Abigail Malotny opened the scoring and no chance for Wing. She didn't know where it was.
Yeah, Wing had no idea where it was. I think even us too were looking to see where the puck was going to end up, what Malotny was going to do, where it was coming from, but it was all a result of that forecheck, right? And that line's been so good for forechecking, not just this game, but other games too, and it really started, I believe, with Wiesenthal on there, and created that loose puck. Malotny just going around, scooping it up. Wing still thinking it was to the right of her. You can see that even from her positioning. Malotny comes around. She was looking to see what to do, but ended up just putting it right in the back of the net. I mean, that's just, it is what it is. It was a goal that went in, and regardless of that, Wing did still make some unbeatable saves. Like, they were great.
You don't see too many wraparounds in today's day and age. The GGs answer right back. The first line connecting once again, though, this time on the power play. That GG's power play has been dead this season. That only their 4th goal all season. Jay Todd, the goal.
Yeah, power play. It's been an area of opportunity, I would say, for the GGs, and continues to be an area of opportunity. Regardless, though, it's a power play goal, regardless of how it came about. But it seemed like a pretty innocent shot, I would say, from Jay Todd, who was staying on her position, essentially on the power play on the point, and just shot it towards the net. It looked like it went off perhaps a stick of one of the Gators players. We both thought it went off Chansey. And it's interesting, too, that the goal was given to Reedman. Again, we think that it will end up being switched, as Reedman was not the one to shoot the puck, but we will see what ends up happening there. But again, it's getting those shots on net, right? You never know what can happen here. A very innocent shot goes off a stick and goes in the net. And again, for goalies, any type of deflection is so difficult to track, right? So you can't blame her too much really for that goal going in.
And she had no clue where it was,
Not
frankly.
clue.
She was down, she was out the GG's, a lot of bodies in front, and you really got to credit the play of Kathleen Reedman there. She's been excellent all season, really taken a step from the player we saw last year. But just before the end of the period, the Gators draw back within 1. The goal officially going to Gabriela Gatto. It was a great play from her. She's been all over the place, and that one, a nice shot that just found its way past Orly DeBook.
Yeah, and it was kind of an interesting play. There was quite a scrum that was going on just in anticipation before that goal, and it really is a credit to the Gators players and their play and how they go about it. They don't give up, right? And we were talking about how in this division, you can't take a night off, you can't take a shift off, and you can't take even a sequence of a shift off. And that's a great example there where the GGs were kind of a little bit, I want to say, lackadaisical. You know, in that type of instance, you need to take the body. Not so much that you get a penalty, but you can't look at the puck. And GGs were just trying to maybe look at the puck and didn't take sticks. And there were about 3 Gators players all in that scrum in front of Orly DeBook. I mean, how many stops do you expect her to make? And it was just one shot after another, rebound after another. Eventually, with those odds, the puck is going to go in the net. And that's exactly what happened there with Garreau's goal.
And special teams have played a huge part in this game. Both teams a goal on the power play. We've seen the standard of officiating being given a light hand here today, given how important this game is between these two teams. Only 1 point separates them in the standings, and you want to go in to the break off to a good start. And the GGs want to start their weekend off to a good start. How important is staying out of the box for both teams in this one?
I think we've already even touched on it, right? Each team has a power play goal. You want to stay out of the box. And I'll use Clavel's penalty as an example just because it was the most recent one, but also I'd say it's however many feet away from your net. That's not a penalty that you want to be taking, especially a stick type of penalty like slashing. You know that the coaching staff for the GGs are not going to be very happy with that instance, right? With that penalty, I would say. It's a little bit fatigue. It's a little bit, officiating perhaps. I'm not quite sure. But at the end of the day, you got to stay out of the box. You don't want to give the opposing team any type of opportunity, especially served up on a silver platter. That's exactly what a power play does for that other team. And when it's this close of a game, you have to give the respect to your opponents and make sure that you're not giving them an inch. And that's where you got to stay out of the box on both sides, because both sides can produce.
And the Gators came so close to drawing level in the dying moments there. The puck just through the legs of Pepin, Mo Pepin, so close to tying that game up. There's still plenty of plot lines to finish out in this third period. You won't want to miss it. Brianna and I will be back in just a moment's time to give you all the action in the third period. Welcome back to the Mentos Sports Complex. My name is Declan DeBarp. Joining me, as always, Brianna Newell. Third period action between the Gators and the GGs set to go any second now. The GGs come into this period leaders by a score of 2-1. Just a quick change on the most recent goal. They'll give the goal to Kathleen Reedman. The assist going to Jade Todd and Alex Clavel. Reedman had disappeared to the back post, and they'll say it looped in off her. So that a quick change, and one more change to note for you. The goal scored by Reagan Agato, and the assist going to Maud Pepin and Justin Turcotte. Start the period with a quick icing here by the Gators. Biesenthal wins that draw, bumbled by Todd, but Todd will dump it down into the Gators zone. Rousseau spinning is able to connect with Théoret. Bolduc, touch pass to Paget. Then turned over, here's Biesenthal. Biesenthal trying to backhand it to Todd. It finds its way back to Biesenthal, who rifled it wide. Biesenthal, always known as a sniper in her last season of U18 hockey. She scored 8 goals with the Mississauga Hurricanes. Malotny looks up at the end of a shift and weakly backhands it. Here come the Gators. Pepin centering. Oh. Vigneault Sargent just touched it. Couldn't send it goalwards. Bilodeau lifts the stick and is able to get it down into center. Get it down into the Gators zone. Mepham dumps it on net. Nice little move there by Gatto. She's been mighty impressive tonight. Bilodeau only as far as Gatto. Vigneault Sargent. Pepin will follow up and dump this puck into the GG zone. Nice little turn there by McLean. McLean stretch pass just out of the reach of Clavel. Aglé René Ducotre called the icing herself down on the Gators bench, the backup. And the GGs will be forced back into their own zone. Stop start, third period.
A little bit of a tired unit here for the GGs. So an opportunity for the Gators to exploit that here on the faceoff.
Bilodeau, usually so good in the faceoff dot, loses it. Sent goalwards. That one just wide. Fontaine. Only as far as Mepham, and Mepham up to McLean. McLean tried to connect with Clavel. Can't connect. Schuldis will go back. Runs into the referee. Here's Clavel. Touch pass to... That was Abigail Malotny sitting in the slot. And then just backhanded by Fontaine. Prue. Birkby corrals a loose puck, and she comes back to center. That one a hefty whack. The GG's going to go on the power play. Birkby really scythed down there.
That was quite the whack, though, and you even heard the sound from it up here where we are. So not surprised at all to see that the hand went up for a penalty for the Gators.
It'll be Chloe Haas who heads off to serve 2 minutes or less. The GGs will have the man advantage. So Vigaro, Vicky Harkness, Abigail Malotny, Ariane Minville, and Angelique Prue out there. Harkness, it's stuck in her feet. Is able to get it to Malotny. Malotny stepping in, head up. Back to Minville. Minville firing from the point. That hit a body and then into the glove of Charlie Wing.
They hit a couple bodies. I think it went off Garreau a little bit. I think then it went off the bulk of it on Bolduc before it hit Wing for about the fourth person it touches.
So Figaro just checking to see where Abigail Malotny is. Win. Malotny firing shot. That one into the Bishop Gators goaltenders.
And Watson had kind of made a streaking dive across, and it made me a little concerned that she was looking to go block that shot, because it's not how we want to go block the shot unless we want to use our heads, which would not advise that. We don't want to try that at home either.
Not to recommend it,
No,
especially
no.
with the shot
It's not
of Abigail
advised.
Malotny.
No.
This one the other way. Garo wins it again. Minville will reverse it to Malotny. Malotny stepping into it. That one blockered aside. Malotny still on it. Back to the point to Minville. Down low to Harkness. Over her stick. Prue will get there first. Leaves it for Garo. Minville gets there first. That one out of the reach of Malotny. Is able to hold the zone. 40 seconds gone. Malotny to Harkness. She goes to the net. Malotny! That one off her stick. Minville. Good work here by the GG's first unit. Malotny. Harkness. Trying to create a little bit of space. Got to watch not to get a hooking call. Rousseau to Teoret. Teoret, time, space. Holds it as long as she can and will ice it. Minute gone in the Avery Amos penalty as Page out to send that one back into the GG zone. DeBuck out to leave it for a teammate. Reversed, and Beatrice Bilodeau will slow things down. Turns it right over to Vigneault Sargent. Vigneault Sargent trying to put the moves on Reedman. Reedman's goal, the difference between these two teams. Here's Kathleen Reedman. Finds its way to Bilodeau. Bilodeau and Reedman not on the same page. Clavel will chase after it. It's hacked, but can't clear the zone. Bilodeau, time and space. I think that one where she just panicked. Jade Todd able to get a stick on it to prevent it going the length of the ice. But that'll do it. The GG's unable to connect on their power play.
But overall, the movement that they had during that power play opportunity was one of the better ones that we've seen so far this game, and I'd say throughout the season, quite honestly.
It was good movement there. Goodall. Gagnon. Cross ice pass. Schultes holds line. She'll just dump it into the corner.
Right idea for Gagnon to try and hit McLean, but Schultes was right there in the lane, so it wasn't really a clean look, I would say.
Fontaine dragged down the arm, stay down, much to the chagrin of the Gators fans.
Yeah, there were definitely a lot of comments here in front of us. Some groans.
McLean, head up, face full of Pepin. Is able to corral it once more. Gagnon can't clear the zone. Good shift here by the Gators. Gagnon over to McLean. Kate McLean at the end of a shift will just dump that one down and head off for a change. Middle of the ice, Kylie Lalonde, a shot. That one into the midsection of Charlie Wing.
And if I were Chansey, I'd be going over to my teammate, Charlie Wing, and saying, hey, thanks, a little pad tapping for bailing me out. Because that was a poor turnover there by Chansey.
Sophie Gatto steps in, wins that faceoff again. I want a shot. Took a couple of deflections. Good positioning there by Wing to make sure that puck didn't end up behind her. It was Mo Pepin who's bowled over, and then they're going to call Kylie Lalonde for roughing.
Which the Gator fans are cheering about, and I don't blame them, because there have been some interesting officiating calls, as we've mentioned a time or two during this game so far. So, yeah, interesting. And Gators go on the power play, and again, they have 2 minutes now to see if they can take advantage of that extra man and tie up this game.
Gabriella Rousseau touching back post. What a save by DeBuck. That one all instinctual. Turcotte trying to shovel it on net. It's blocked. Toyoret stopped by DeBuck.
And it was a good original block there, I'd say, from Minville. And a great stop. It was off a deflection, I believe, off Vigneault Sargent. And, yeah, like you said, purely instinctual. Just happy, I think, to be in the right place at the right time, and that it didn't go in the net.
Took the sting out of that one. Birkby drawing in to win this face-off. It's a scramble draw that Vigneault Sargent picks up. Krasinski gets over to block the shot.
Good play by Berkby to go into this battle and help out Krasinski.
A full-on kick there. The GG's
Wow.
alumni sitting off to our right. A good contingent of them here today. We had a GG's women's alumni game earlier this morning that you yourself participated in, Brianna. The men's alumni game going a little bit later this afternoon in between the GG's women's and GG's men's game.
Tons of fun this morning for sure. And next year, I think if the teams are the same, the white team, we're going to take over from Garnet. We want our names on the plaque next year. So
Here's
come from
Malotny.
ya.
Malotny in a foot race with Rousseau. And she tried the same thing the last time those two players squared off, and that one easily stopped. Watch that
Oh,
Pan back
wow.
post. What a block. Another chance. Still loose somehow. Referee, blow the whistle. It's
Shut her
finally,
down, ref.
It's
Wow.
finally blown dead.
But what an opportunity, though, for the Gators. And it started with the play where Malotny was going down on Rousseau. And like you mentioned, it's not the first time that these two have met up during this game, this matchup. And Rousseau able to hold her ground, take the puck as well, and then shovel it off to a teammate way up the way down the ice. And it resulted almost in an opportunity there. And Krasinski almost put it on her own net.
It's still loose in the slot. And here goes
That's Kate
Kate McLean. Another odd man rush. End-to-end hockey. Trying to connect with Jay Todd in the middle of the ice. Risky pinch there by Minville, but she just gets there in time.
And she did have her teammate Krasinski, her D partner, back as well. So she wasn't the last one back, fortunately, but still a risky pinch there by the defenseman.
And that one that Kate McLean will just turn and get out of the zone. 30 seconds to go. Charlie Wing, heads up play. Here's Paget. Off Bolduc. Marjorie Bolduc holds the line, and then a good second effort there by Vicky Harkness gets the puck down the ice. Back come the Gators. Marie-Camille Théoret over the line. That'll do it for the power play. So the GG's penalty kill improves to 3 for 4 on the day, and Paget, soft one that's easily corralled. Just seeing off to our left, doing a little bit of scouting, Stacey Colarossi of the Carleton Ravens. Her team played a very, very good game against these University of Ottawa GGs. The Bishops University Gators obviously headed to play the Carleton Ravens later on this weekend. Colarossi, a coach that really puts in the work. First year with the program. He's done a good job as Ravens find themselves in 5th position. Bilodeau, not afraid to get involved in the physical stuff, is the rookie. And that one poked, but not out of the line. Théoret, though, lost the puck and forced out to center. GG still lead by 1, 11:32 to go. Théoret poked off the puck. Kate McLean can't get it going the right way. Turns it over to Théoret. Marie-Camille Théoret, backhand, and that one frozen up by Dubuc.
Gators not for a lack of opportunities this period, and you know, I'm a big believer in playing the odds and everything. If they keep going the way that they're going and pushing the way they're pushing, I would not be surprised if there was a tied game at the end.
The Gators not
Just
a
throwing
team
it
to
out
give
there.
up. They didn't give up last year.
No.
They won't give up this
No.
year. Real sense of belief instilled in this team by Dominic Desmarais, the head coach of the Gators. And here's Malotny. I think there's a lot of similarities between these two teams' rosters. Two tenacious teams not afraid to go at it, and two head coaches who really shaped their team in their mold. Goodall up to Gagnon. Bobbles off her stick and just sent for Jade Todd to chase after. Todd first one there. She's tripped up, nothing coming. Finds herself back on it. Jade Todd finds itself to the forehand. That one's still loose in the slot. Jade Todd. Angelique Prue. Prue turning, couldn't connect with Todd.
Right idea, though, as everyone was going towards Prue, and Todd would have been wide open.
Chianci. Back with Chianci. She pokes it on to Goodall. Here's Prue. GG's hold the line. Taylor Sims. Down low, Clavel.
A little bit of a messy play, but the Gators have some tired legs out there, including that one. Gagnon just dumps it down into the GG zone and heads off for a change. Halfway through the third period, the GGs still lead by 1. The winning goal, Kathleen Reedman. Here's Pepin. Pepin, a drag shot.
Ooh, big
Awkward
rebound
one.
there.
Awkward one for Aurélie Dubuc. Mepham pins Vigneault Sargent. Comes out. Harkness trying to chip Ascot out.
Good pinch there by Garreau.
Vigneault Sargent and Mepham do battle once more. Vicky Harkness just able to get it over the line.
And then Berger Dubé just not able to keep it in.
Chance for the GGs. That one just out of the reach of Scott.
But
She'll
Scott's
beat
gonna
out
beat
the
it.
icing. Chance for the GGs. Here's Garreau. Lalonde in front of the net. Turcotte got a block in the way to prevent the first opportunity in the second one. Roll to Krasinski. Minville. Nice little toe drag forced onto the backhand though. Back post. A wild hack at it was Taylor Scott. Kathleen Reedman, her third goal in the Garnet and Grey, the first of the season.
Yeah.
And the GGs are going to take a penalty.
Yeah, and there's really no way around that one as a defenseman. It's one of the most annoying things when you have a forechecker tipping the puck by you to then go around you, and you just don't want to turn, but you can't shift lanes. You can't get out of your lane and go into the lane of the on-streaking forechecker, and that's exactly, though, what Minville did. She came out of her lane, went in front of Aspro Potomatus, and that's an interference call. There's no way around it.
Every day of the week, that'll be an interference call and a
Every
chance
day.
for the Gators to tie things up. Rousseau has to be so careful. Closed down by Todd. Down low, Bolduc. Settles onto it. Rousseau. Teoretta shot. That one dragged wide. Dubuc unable to get her glove on it, but Teorette unable to hold the line. Paget.
Good job by Sims there as she challenged Paget and had to force her to dump the puck that way.
Excellent gap control by the transfer from Ritt.
And it will be outside as the refs are indicating it went off Gators last.
Obviously, in the RSEQ, no worry that would have been a 5-on-3 if it went straight out, but it effectively becomes an icing. You can't change your lines. Clean face-off one. Krasinski circles around her net, looks up, knocked down by Turcotte. Nice hand-eye coordination. Birkby a second bite of the cherry, and that one, a slow roller that'll make it to the top of the Gators circle. 7 minutes, 35 seconds to go, a minute in the Minville penalty. Here's Malotny. Malotny, a shot. That one just wide. Stays in on the forecheck, comes out to Birkby. You see the yellow laces there. Catherine Birkby. Birkby muscled down. Pepin.
Ooh, nice little nifty move there by Vigneault Sargent.
Oh, what a move by
Whoa,
Sargent! Sargent with
Came out of nowhere.
Sargent, a nice little bit of edge work to open her body up, create some space, and an even better save there by Aurélie Dubuc.
Wow, nice little nifty move there, both feet and hands.
Just a quick update on the fundraiser here for the Melissa Kingsley Memorial Game as that one sent behind the net. Trying to center it. Shot! Berger Dubé corralled off a couple of bodies and out of play. We're just about $300 short of our goal so far. The goal, $3,023. Just one more push. Again, if you can give, we strongly encourage you. Cancer, a disease that affects so many of us. So we appreciate all those who have donated, and we really push those who can to still donate. 3 seconds. That'll do it. Minville just stepping out of the box. It was a good kill for the GGs. Nervy moments as Paget, a nice little spin. Paget opens her body up. Can't get it. Sent towards the center of the net. The GGs 4 for 5 on the penalty kill today. Here's Garo. Up to Chloe Haas. Bilodeau through center. Still on it now. Nice little shift pass. Over the line. She stops up. Back to the point. Meffam, a shot. Looking for a deflection. Bilodeau couldn't get a stick on it. Ella Watson. Captain moves it on to Avery Amos. And that one a shot by Meffam. Moved over to Reedman. Reedman, first goal of the season, scored that one. One that just dribbled wide. Gagnon, good offensive zone time. This exactly where the GGs want it. Sent goalwards, and that one deflects wide. GGs maintain possession. Meffam to Reedman again. Reedman, a shot. That one off the cage. It's still loose, backhanded, and behind the net.
And you could see Wing again had no idea where that puck had fallen. She just happened to be at the right place at the right time.
Machine gun on the point there was Kathleen Reedman. She took about 4. GG's got to be careful in their own zone. Icing waved off as one went off. Birkby, who was sprawled out. Chianci. Turcotte spinning. Only finds Birkby. Closed down quickly by Vigneault Sargent, and then she's given a hefty shove into the boards.
Definitely playing very physical, especially Vigneault Sargent.
Turcotte. Nice little reverse to shoulders to relieve some pressure. They got to get going in the right direction. Mo Pepin and Vigneault Sargent. Vigneault Sargent leaves it for Turcotte, and then nice little pick set there by Minville, though. She held her lane. Jay Todd has Biesenthal with her. Malotny. Todd! That one deflected off a body. That one out to center. Taylor Sims, the GG's going to get called for a tripping call.
And you could see assistant head coach Greg Bowles really not impressed with that as he had both arms out going, really? Really? But regardless of the thoughts and feelings behind this call, the Bishop Gators will head to the power play once more.
For the 6th time tonight, the Gators go to the power play. Indiscipline has been an Achilles heel for the GGs in this game. It allowed the Gators to open the scoring as Astro Potamaitis on it now. Teoretz at the top of the point. Nice move to Paget, backdoor, and it's in. Easy as you do. The Gators tie it at 2. And I don't know if it was deflected. It looks like it'll be Marjorie Bolduc.
Yeah, and
But Paget.
I think what happened there, you know, it was a nice little almost textbook play, you could call it. It was Teoret at the top of that umbrella setup that they had, passed it over to the right flank to Paget. And Paget saw Bolduc right in front of the GG's net. And again, it goes back to GG's not taking that player's stick, which allowed Bolduc to just knock it in past Dubuque to tie up this game.
Far, far too easy for the Gators in that situation to just tap it on home.
There was no contesting, I would say, in front of the net. And when you're up by a goal on a PK, you need to take sticks.
Especially when you're standing in the crease. But a chance for the GG's. Gagnon offside.
A little bit offside, a little bit too quick to get over that blue line there. And you can see the Bishop Gators and hear them. They're all fired up, banging their sticks on the boards. They got the life right now. They have the momentum right now with just over 3 minutes left to go in this third period.
And Brianna, I just want to give you some kudos for predicting that goal. When are you getting your betting show?
Hey, maybe tonight. Maybe it's a good time.
Brianna and I will be back on the call for the men's hockey game tonight as The GGs take on the Carleton Ravens, the first meeting here at the Minto Sports Complex this season between those two heated crosstown rivals.
Yes, we'll be here all day, so if anyone does want to bring us a coffee, like someone brought Declan a coffee, I would not say no.
Here's Garo. Garo up to Turcotte. Big thank you to Gabrielle Luzon, who did bring me that coffee.
I'm not very happy with Gab right now. He did not bring me a coffee.
Therapist
so,
for the men's team. Good
very
friend of
upset.
mine. Is that one an icing call? We'll get a face-off down at the other end. Referee just having a conversation with Garo, who's frustrated as to that call, making sure the right bodies get back out there.
And I think taking a little bit of time, too, to make sure they have a little bit of extra seconds to catch their breaths.
And you just saw Malodny having a conversation with Sims. We've seen the face-off one back here, and that one, vital interception, vital face-off win there by Pepin. Sims over quickly. Garo can't get it past Biesenthal.
No, great job by
Biesenthal and
Biesenthal.
Malotny. Biesenthal on it now. Sims, Brew, top of the slot, back to Sims.
Key block there.
Down low, Biesenthal, back to Sims, 2 minutes to go. So Bolduc from Paj, so it'll be Bolduc from Paget and Aspro Potamaitis. Jade Todd, down low, nice little pass. Here's Malotny. Prue shifts past one. Malotny just shovels it on, or sorry, Harkness just shovels it on goal for Malotny. Couldn't collect it. Turcotte passes it up to Paget, the Ottawa, Ontario native, shifts it past one. You can hear her hometown fans crying out for some success from her. Just set up the most recent goal. Sims will just clear the zone and
Smart play. And I know Greg Bull's always saying, too, you got nothing high up off the glass and outside the zone, which is exactly what Sims did.
Bolduc over the line, a late shot. Paget and Bilodeau, 20 versus 20 in the dot. Neither 20 wins it. A scramble draw finds its way all the way back into the Gators zone. We're into the final minutes here. We haven't had overtime here at the Minto Sports Complex yet this season.
And who knows, with a minute left, we might not. You never know.
The Gators well acquainted with overtime so far this season. 0 for 2 on the year. The GGs 0-1 as Aspro Potamaitis tried to go back the other way. 4-on-4 and then 3-on-3. But here's McLean. Does she have one last sentence to write in this tale? Back to Krasinski. Krasinski couldn't corral it. Blocked by Aspro Potamaitis. 38 seconds to go. McLean off the boards to Birkby. Birkby can't corral it. She's still on it now. Goodall tries to connect with Fontaine. Fontaine over the line. Minville just rings it around to Clavel. She has Harkness with her. That one takes a deflection. Icing waved off. 18 seconds. That one sent the length of the ice. Mepham beats out the icing. Couldn't fake her hard skate well enough. Just dumped out to center, and that'll do it for the third period. Regulation not enough for these two teams. We'll head into some free hockey here at the Minto Sports Complex. Both teams gonna do a quick huddle before we get back out there for third period action, or for overtime action. The goals in this one. Abigail Malotny opened it for the University of Ottawa, her 9th goal of the season. Kathleen Reedman answered quickly with a power play goal for the University of Ottawa, her first of the season for the University of Ottawa. And then back come the Gators. Garo with the goal to open the scoring on the power play, and then the next goal also on the power play for the Gators, Marjorie Bolduc. Brianna, lot to play for in this final period of hockey. Will 4-on-4 be enough? Will we need 3-on-3? Or will we need the dreaded shootout?
And no one likes the shootout. I mean, whether you win in the shootout or you lose in the shootout, you never feel that satisfied after it.
If the goals don't count in the shootout, why do we have the shootout?
It's a tough one. But, we'll start off with 4-on-4, and, hey, lots of open ice with 4-on-4. So I wouldn't be shocked if both teams send out those players, those individuals that are also great skaters, high hockey IQ, see if it can be finished during this 4-on-4 without having to go into another period, essentially, of overtime where it would be 3-on-3.
Oh, it looks like they've changed some stuff around since we've last been here. Last season was
Possible.
4-on-3, 4-on-4. This season we start 3-on-3. No, 4-on-4.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I was right. Shouldn't doubt myself. Shouldn't doubt myself.
I mean, hey, it's been a weird time. We had COVID before, and we're now kind of post, so maybe we're thinking things did change. But nope, it's still 4-on-4, and that's what we're going to see here to start off.
And very aggressive play here by Dominic Desmarais. 3 forwards, Pepin, Vigneault Sargent, and Turcotte out for the Gators. Tailret, the lone defender. GG's send out a traditional 2-and-2. Minville and Krasinski, the defenders. Harkness and Malotny for the GG's.
And quite the duo for the GGs, Malotny and Harkness.
And we
working
saw them on the
together
penalty kill.
with
Minville.
Nice.
Harkness. Minville to the net. Minville just couldn't get her stick on it.
And Harkness did have Malotny trailing there high enough where she was wide open. Just elected to go to Minville instead.
Vigneault Sargent turns on the wheels. Behind the GG's net, turns it over to Harkness. Harkness has Malotny ahead of her. To Harkness. To Malotny. Harkness, the trailer. Malotny puts the brakes on. And Harkness and Malotny head off the ice. On come Garreau and Clavel. Turned over. Sophie Garreau body positioning, her body weight just taking her in the wrong directions. She's harassing Tailret. Stretch pass. That one frozen up by Dubuc.
And just to go back to that first shift there of 4-on-4 hockey, we saw behind the net it was Krasinski battling with one of the Gators players, I believe it was Vigneault Sargent, and her stick was up quite high. I'm surprised actually that there was no call, and this is an opportunity where you really do not want to take a penalty. There's already so much open ice. You don't want to do it.
2-on-1. Garreau.
Good defensive
Berger
play.
Dubé made a bet. Garreau hadn't quite corralled the puck.
Paid off though. It was a good play.
Nice little spin. Stretch pass. Watch Bolduc. Nice catch. Here's Bolduc. Buried down. What a save, Dubuc. She had so much time and space. She felt the bodies behind her. Here's Minville. Minville back the other way. Stretch hockey. Ariane Minville doesn't catch it
Good
quite
play
as well.
by Wing as she came out to knock that puck away.
Here's Paget. Paget into the midsection, and what a story that would have been for the Ottawa, Ontario native. You see her brother just off on her side. He's been vocal all game.
And that was quite the opportunity there, the stretch pass. I don't remember honestly who passed it up, but again, it's having that awareness. You're already 4-on-4, there's a lot of open ice. You have to be aware where the puck is and where the players are.
Rousseau, a shot, that one off a body and into the netting.
Lots of back and forth opportunities on both sides of the ice. It's not boring, I'll give you that.
No, the extra space doing wonders. Imagine if we get to 3-on-3. Why would you want the shootout? This bringing back a
No
debate.
one wants the shootout.
This bringing back a debate Graham Naismith and I had for the entire 2016-2017 season here on the Women's Call. Nice little battle there by, it was Garreau. She's been all over the place. Vigneault Sargent, nice save by Dubuc. And then the physicality in front. Goodall took a whack at Aurélie Dubuc.
Which again, Sims was not happy about, and I completely agree with that as a defenseman. You don't let anyone touch your goalie, let alone after the whistle. So, right play there. As long as you're not taking a penalty, it's the right play.
Paget and Turcotte, so we'll see two defenders out here for the Gators. And that one behind Tailret. Reedman chips it past Berger Dubé. Reedman trying to reverse it, no one home. Malotny covering defense, has Turcotte staring down. Harkness all the way back on the back check. Krasinski will watch that one. And chipped out Paget. Chianci.
And Turcotte, I think, was maybe trying to go over top of Reedman. Not quite sure what was happening.
Paget disrupts, still loose. Paget,
Wow.
another whack at it.
What a play by Dubuc, though. Not one stop, but two stops, tracking her all the way across the crease.
Krasinski, very, very tired legs, you can see. Backhand to Harkness. Harkness to Reedman. And Reedman, very tired at the end of a long
The
shift, just
whole
dumps that
unit
one.
is changing.
Watch Bolduc. Chianti, no chances taken. Will spin around. Rousseau has Clavel all over the back of her. Only as far as Prue. Prue sent into the spin cycle. And then Bolduc tripped over the blue line. Strong stick there by Chianti. Here's Bolduc. Bolduc being watched by Prue. Bolduc still on it. Bolduc trying to gain the slot. Backhander and frozen by Dubuc.
That shift was all Bolduc. Like, she was everywhere, like you didn't even see her. She was still probably there, but what would have made that patience pay off on her end was if her teammate here on the top, Berger Dubé, instead of just standing and like distancing herself from it, would have been if she had gone across the other way and almost done like a draw pass, it would have opened up the whole zone for the Gators.
Here's Reedman. Reedman up to Birkby. Catherine Birkby can't corral it. Schuldis will dispossess her of the puck, and here's Vigneault Sargent. Really another player who's benefited from the extra open ice. We have 1 minute remaining in 4-on-4 overtime. If 4-on-4 not enough to disrupt them, we'll go to 3-on-3. Here's Berger Dubé. Aspropotomitis.
Hello.
What a toe drag. Aspropotomitis. Tried to get too fancy. Should have just taken a shot. Here's Bilodeau. Krasinski a little too lackadaisical. Up to Bilodeau and then sent down into the Gator zone. Long stretch pass. It hits Ariane Gagnon. Or Abigail Malotny. Here's Minville. What a toe drag. One move, two move. And then she just fires it wide. Vicky Harkness will pick it up. 10 seconds to go. Vicky Harkness. Harkness!
Ooh, a little bit too high over. Football, though, field goal would have been good.
4 seconds. That'll just about do it for 3-on-3 overtime. So we'll catch our breath. We'll be back in just 2 seconds for 3-on-3 overtime. Brianna, what is the strategy here in 3-on-3 overtime? You know, it's complete chaos. And once one team opens up, it's just odd man rush after odd man rush. And we've seen so many odd man rushes so far in this game.
But that's exactly what it is with 3-on-3. There's so much open ice. And this ice surface is not small by any standards, right? And you only have 3 individuals from both teams out there. I think the main key, and whenever I see 3-on-3 hockey, it drives me crazy. But the main key for 3-on-3, especially when you're on the defensive, is man-to-man. You stick with your man, because if you lose them, they're wide open, and there's, again, a lot of ice, so a lot of opportunity to connect to that open individual. So it's making sure you take short shifts so you can get those fresh legs out there, and ensuring that you are playing man-to-man when you're on the defensive.
Stephanie McKeough just having a quick conversation with the 3 GGs on the ice. Taylor Sims, Abigail Malotny, and Vicky Harkness.
And then, of course, Orly Dubuc in the net. And wow, open ice. It makes me want to get out there. It's awesome.
It's video game-like. Mo Pepin, Vigneault, Sargent, and Rousseau out for Bishops. This game has been so tight. This game has had everything you want. Odd man rushes, goaltending performance, and beautiful goals.
And, of course, bounces off the Minto Sports Complex boards, because they like to be involved in every single sequence of events here.
So much empty ice, so much to play for. So they send Minville out there. Sims will come off the ice. We're waiting for a third player. And as we expect, Abigail Malotny, she's the danger man, leads all players in scoring in the RSEQ.
And Malotny and Harkness together is quite the dynamic duo.
And I think that Stacy Colarossi got more than she bargained for in this little scouting trip. She's sitting just off to our left Carlton Ravens coach. Malotny draws in, Pepin draws in, and Pepin pinched on that draw.
Yes, very much so.
But it's not cheating if you get away with it. And here's Pepin. Pepin is Vigneault Sargent. Pepin, Vigneault Sargent.
Oh,
what a
stop.
save! What a
Wow.
save! Back the other way. Here's Minville. Minville. Malotny. What a stick. Minville. Still loose.
Great play
Kick.
there.
Here's
by Rousseau.
Pepin. Can DeBook come up big again? DeBook. What a save. That one by the post.
It's just chance after chance after chance. And hey, we used to play that game and training for this.
I am not going to have a voice tonight. Left behind will settle things down.
Hey, leave everything out on the ice here, Declan.
Here comes Biesenthal. Biesenthal and Todd. Biesenthal crosses over. Has Prue. Prue goes to the net. Biesenthal still on it. Uses her body. Here's Todd. Todd and Prue switch places. Todd. She lost her footing. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Here's Pepe. Here's Paget. The hometown hero. Paget. That one over the net. Bolduc. Paget again. On the doorstep. That one she rings off the iron.
That's already 2 posts for the Gators here in just this 3-on-3.
And here comes Biesenthal. Biesenthal can't get past Bolduc. She'll pick it back up. At the end of a long shift, she'll just circle back and slow things down.
Smart play there.
Kate McLean reverses it. Minville. Minville's got to be careful. She has Turcotte all over her.
And she is the last man back.
Minville, what a move! Minville and McLean. Minville, that
Minville.
one off the ball, off a sticking out.
Just Minville as McLean, I think, got a little too pumped going towards the net and tripped over maybe the ringette line, it looked like.
Minville has been sensational today.
Lots of great performances on both sides by the Gators as well as the Gigi. So it's a hard-fought game.
Just coming into your screen, as you can see, that's Kathleen Reedman. Reedman got her first goal today. Can she play hero? Garo, Vigneault Sargent. The Gators fans rise to their feet, and Vigneault Sargent was expecting someone there. Didn't even look. Reversed. Paget. Pepin had Vigneault Sargent at the back post. And Birkby and Vigneault Sargent will get all tied up, and Birkby the beneficiary.
Good man on
trying
man
to cut
action there by
off.
Birkby.
She's hauled down, and Reedman takes a couple of whacks.
I don't expect any calls, honestly, to be done in 3-on-3 overtime by these officials.
Here's Garo. Trying to reverse it. Paget unaware. 2 minutes to go.
Right idea, just a little too far in front of Paget.
Here's Paget. Paget a shot that one just wide. I think the roof would come off this place if it was Paget or Goodall to score, the 2 Ottawa, Ontario natives. I'm sure they know the Minto Sports Complex well. Here's Prue. Prue gets a hefty whack.
There's been a few hefty whacks, but again, arms stay down.
Reversed. Here's Bolduc. She beats
Oh,
Bilodeau.
Bilodeau's
Bilodeau hustle back. She tumbled.
Oh.
And then Bilodeau takes a tumble. Bolduc all alone. The captain reverses to Paget. Paget trying to be too fine off the side of the net. Malotnian frozen up there.
Smart play by DeBook.
DeBook.
Smart play. Anytime you can slow it down like that, especially in your zone, just slow it down, cover it, take the face off, get fresh legs out there.
A minute 28 to go. This game has been tightly fought throughout, the scoreline reflecting that.
Hey, neck and neck, and it's opportunity for opportunity. They're just trading chances.
And it would just
throughout
be
these
a
overtimes.
And it would just be a damn shame if it were to end in the shootout. Yeah. Here comes Harkness though. Harkness has one GG with her. It's Minville. She's watched all the way by Turcotte, who's had an excellent game, the rookie. Aspro Potomatus. 2-on-1. Aspro Potomatus and Rousseau switch places. Sent
Good
goalward.
stop.
Last minute here.
One last opportunity here.
Harkness
You can
going to
tell-
slow down. Garreau comes off.
You can tell Harkness wants to pass it
Biesenthal
off
on.
to a teammate. so she can
Biesenthal and
change.
Prue. Harkness will head off. On comes Birkby. Birkby reading that pass well. Here's Biesenthal. Biesenthal trying to catch a
Good
Gator
stick.
standing still.
Great poke check there by Wing.
Pepin watched closely there by Birkby, and Birkby closes her off. That is open and ice hit as you can get.
It was a little bit of a unfortunate knee-on-knee action, a little bit where Birkby was spun around pretty much completely.
Vigneault
She looks okay, though.
Sargent and Birkby collided together last season. No one coming off worse for wear today, and they'll say Pepin was just an offside. 8 seconds to go. So unless there's one last twist in the tail, we'll be off to the shootout.
I mean, at this point, too, regardless of how it ends, overtime or shootout, it's unfortunate either way because it has been a well-fought battle between these two teams here this
But
afternoon.
here comes Kate McLean. She needs to be quick. Kate McLean cutting inside, blocker to side. That'll do it. And say it with me, we're off to the shootout.
We are off to the shootout.
This game all but over, effectively, as the shootout no longer hockey, but a glorified skills competition. So Brianna, through 5 periods of play, I should say, 3 regulation, 2 overtime periods. What do you have to take as hockey ends?
I completely missed that question.
What are your key takeaways here from this game? We've seen these two teams fight hard all season. We saw these two teams play very tight games last season too.
This game, honestly, like we've said throughout the entire afternoon, it's been neck and neck. Both teams have played well. They have to be proud of how they've performed. And regardless, both of them play later this weekend, another game. And wow, it's going to be tough for both those teams as it takes a lot of legs out of you to play 5 periods of hockey and recover to be able to play the next day. And we're going to quiet it down here as the shootout is about to start.
Right, you are. Here's Vigneault Sargent. Gonna stare down Orly DeBuck. She did so a couple of times already. Vigneault Sargent. To the backhand. Kick save by DeBuck.
It wasn't too much of a move there that Vigneault Sargent did, and Dubuc really just had to kind of stay in her net, quite honestly.
Looks like she got caught between two minds. We'll have Alex Clavel. Here comes Clavel. And she misses. Just tried to go right down the gut.
But what I like
One
about
move.
what Clavel did is that she came in with a little bit more speed than what Vigneault Sargent did. So
Came in with purpose.
we'll see what Watson,
Marie
Théoret.
Kemi Théoret. Looping. Théoret waiting. Post! That post has bailed the GGs out a number of times.
It was a great stop by Dubuc, sliding over to pretty much sprawled across as she stuck her pad out there. And I think had Théoret lifted it, it might have gone in, but she did not.
Vicky Harkness. Here comes Harkness. Harkness just didn't wait for Wing to bite. Still scoreless in the in the shootout.
And good job by Wing there, standing tall, not biting on anything, as Declan mentioned.
Aspropotomitis, like Atlas out there, the weight of the world on her shoulders. The Greek tale, can she be the Greek hero? Aspropotomitis, too fine, she missed. So through 3 skaters, the Gators have nothing. The GGs turn to their Greek god, their Greek goddess. Abigail Malotny, the transfer from Syracuse, can end the game right here. Malotny doesn't make a mistake, into the back of the net. That's game done. Easy as you wrote. Abigail Malotny scored the opener. She gets the shootout winner. The GGs win it.
And so calm, too, as she was going down. Knew exactly what she was going to do. Got wing moving across the crease and had a 5-hole open up. And Abigail Malotny just cool as a cucumber, sliding it on the ice through that opening to end the game this afternoon.
The GGs win. It was quite a tough competition. We'll just get into the 3 stars.
And so for this afternoon, between these two teams, the 3 stars are as follows. The third one, we have Jade Todd, who was involved in a couple of the goals this afternoon, was just all over the ice. Second star, I do have to give it to the goaltender from Bishop University Gators, Charlie Wing. Like, what a performance, regardless of the outcome. Amazing performance. And I did give the first star to Kathleen Riemann, who just overall had an all-around game. Scored her first goal here of the season as well. Just outstanding all the way around. And I'll give a shout out to Abigail Malotny, who did have a solid game with those 2 goals. So well done. And that's your game for this afternoon from the Minto Sports Complex.
You couldn't ask for much more. It was the penalty kill, really the Achilles heel for the University of Ottawa, but they get back to winning ways. The GGs pick up their 7th win of the season. They'll be back in action tomorrow afternoon against Montreal. Brianna, you and I will be on that call once again. And if you're looking for something to do this evening, the GGs men's team in action. You can watch that at oua.yard.tv as they take on the Carleton Ravens. Bishops in action tomorrow. They'll be facing off against the Carleton Ravens. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here. And the donation lines will stay open for the Melissa Kingsley Memorial Scholarship Fund. So we'll make one more pitch to that. If you can, please do donate. Thank you very much, and have a good night, folks.